I hear this really demonic growl. Is somebody there with me? I mean, I'm alone there at night. Is somebody there? I don't know.
It's Stacy works at a factory for custom speakers on a shift no one wants. Stacy's boss can't get workers to stay.
I've got orders backing up, so
Sure.
thanks.
And they needed an extra body at night to apply the finishes and the different colors so that they could be ready for the final assembly the next morning.
No one will be working in this part of the factory.
Now, the compressor, you've got to make sure that you turn it off at the end of your shift, okay? If you don't, it can cause a fire.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
great.
I got it.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stacy buckles down for a long night of work.
I was kind of a little bit nervous being there by myself. But that was okay. But I didn't need supervision. I didn't need somebody to look over me and tell me what to do. I had to sand these large speakers, put some finish on them, and then push them out the door to dry. About 2 weeks in, things seemed to start to change quite a bit. I was in the paint booth applying some finishes on this really big speaker. Kind of felt really uneasy being there. Heard something outside the booth.
It sounds like it's outside the paint room.
I didn't know exactly what it was. It's more like a faint, deep voice.
Hello?
Stacy hears it, but he can't see it.
It's really scary. I mean, you think somebody's there with you, and you look around and nobody's there. You're thinking to yourself, am I going crazy? Something strange was going on. I shut off the air compressor, turned the lights out, locked the door, and went home.
The next night, it gets even stranger.
Stacy, what did I tell you about the compressor?
What are you talking about?
You left it on all night.
And I'm like, I don't think I left it on. I'm pretty sure I turned it off. He said, no, it was on.
It won't happen again.
With pressure from his boss, Stacy is extra attentive around his work.
I was like, I'll make sure that I turn it off.
Stacy is checking the compressor. Night after night.
I would turn the air compressor off and I'd get a call from my boss saying I left it on. I was like, no, I turned it off. I know I did. And he didn't believe me, and he would get very upset with me. Something was going on in this place, and I didn't know what it was.
Determined to prove to his boss that he's not lying, Stacy records his actions.
I got my phone, which has video on it, and I videotaped myself turning it off. I actually filmed my hand shutting the switch off.
Okay, Dan, this is me. I'm gonna turn off the compressor. All right, so here's the compressor, and I'm turning it off, and now it's off.
But whatever is messing with Stacy won't be stopped.
What's up, boss?
What have I told you about the compressor?
What are you talking about?
You left it on overnight
No.
again.
For some reason, the compressor came on again.
Now hold on, just listen, all right? I took a video, I have proof.
I said, hey, look, I know I turned the air compressor off. I have this video.
Look at that.
He saw it and he said, yeah, you turned it off. But it came on this morning. And he didn't know what to say. And of course, I didn't know what to say either. Something strange was going on.
Wait. What's that? You're the only one in here, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that is.
When I was videotaping my hand turning off the switch, there's this like outline. It looked like a person, but nobody's really there. It's just like a shadow. And it kind of moved a little bit, not a lot, but it moved a little bit like a real person. It's like, oh my God, there's somebody there.
Get back to work.
Stacy's boss is gone for the night. Alone, he returns to the paint room to get done quickly and get out of there.
After completing one of the speakers, I had to put it on these giant hooks, and then you hoist them up to the upper level and set them off to dry.
But the presence is back. More dangerous than ever.
I thought, oh my God, there's this giant speaker just fell right in front of me. Scared the hell out of me. The speaker had crashed in front of me and I almost had a near-death experience. This thing almost landed on me for no reason. It was hooked, it was secure. I made sure it was hooked. Something was obviously in the room with me. Is this thing following me? Is it part of my life now?
Cautiously, Stacy moves his work out of the paint room. Stacy steels himself, believing the carpentry room will be safer.
He kept working.
I was, of course, on edge. I'm trying to calm down. I'm by myself. Nobody's coming in. I'm responsible for everything. I had this speaker that I was working on. What I had to do was to repaint this one area on it. And so in order to do that, I had to mask it off. Where I have to use a little tiny razor blade and trim it off so it'd be just right. I had my arm up here and I had a razor blade and I was cutting it along the edge. I heard this growl again.
There is no escape for Stacy.
Hell.
But before I could actually figure out what it was, I felt something grab my elbow.
No! Let go!
And it pushed my arm forward. I had the razor blade, which is really sharp. And so I grabbed my arm, wrapped it up really good. First thing I thought was, I need to get to a hospital because I'm bleeding and I'm going to die.
After the violent attack, Stacy digs into the history of the factory. He discovers that he is working in the same place that an employee died, a tragic death.
Luckily, the hospital wasn't too awfully far away.
After all of that, what were you thinking?
As I was sitting there getting stitches, I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm not going back there because I don't want to die.
So you never returned?
I did not go back and get my last paycheck. I didn't care. I didn't want to set another foot in that place, ever. I still got the scar on my arm, by the way. I'll carry it with me for the rest of my life.